What's going on, everybody? Welcome to NFL Red Alert Week 5 for 2017, the Sunday games, and we're going to jump right into it. It was some really, really good football. Unfortunate stuff happened for the Houston Texans, but we're going to get into that as we go through. The Jets and the Browns, somebody had to win this game. The thing that's fascinating about this whole thing with the Jets, though, is that if you were supposed to think about who would be the worst NFL team in the New York City area to start, if it was the Bills, the Giants, or the Jets, most people, including Jet fans, thought it would be the Jets. And yeah, you're going to say, all right, it's not impressive. They're beating bum teams, but not really, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they beat the Jaguars. Look, I don't know exactly what's going on, but the Browns are horrible. They did bench Kaiser, but the bigger issue is Hugh Jackson. I don't want to say that he's the complete problem. I'm just saying that he's probably has to do with a lot of the stuff that's going on there. You know what I'm saying? It's just his face in general. A lot of things that happen with coaches, whether you want to believe it or not, is their demeanor, and it has a lot to do with their appearance. And I'm talking about all successful coaches. They have something about them. Hugh Jackson lacks everything that has to do with a successful coach. He just looks like failure, in my opinion. But the Jets, Todd Bowles also looks like he's weird, but for some reason, I don't know what's happening with the Jets. They're able to play better defense than they did with the last year that they had Darrelle Revis, which doesn't really make sense. And I'm still like mind boggled about it. I don't understand what's going on. But again, the Browns benched Kaiser. It was a whole debacle there, but Myles Garrett did come out and get a sack on the first play, which was huge, but he's not living up to what it's, to expectations because he's been injured. It's his first game. They're still losing. Meanwhile, Leonard Fournette, we'll get to him in a second, and Deshaun Watson, we'll also get to him in a second. But this was a very, it wasn't a very entertaining game, obviously. It's the Jets and the Browns, so what are you going to do? Somebody has to win. That's the bottom line. Panthers and the Lions. Now, the Panthers were outright in control of this game, but you got to remember, Matthew Stafford is a fourth quarter quarterback, and he tried to do something that was almost impossible, and he failed. The Panthers were able to succeed. I'm going to tell you this right now. McCaffrey is special, and I like the way that he's starting to come into his own. Obviously, he got his first NFL touchdown on that pitch from Cam Newton. That was a great play, but he's so much more. And once the Panthers figure out how to utilize him properly, you know what I'm saying? Because I think he's probably one of the best route runners on the team. That team is going to probably be very, very dangerous. And Cam Newton, with all the hysteria going around surrounding him, was still able to come out and play very, very well. And defensively, they looked good, obviously, until the fourth quarter, but they were still able to pull it out. They got some things they got to work on for next week, but I really like the way they were able to do the things that they did. The Lions still look good, man. I don't know what's going on, but they still look good. The NFC North is not just... I would probably lean toward the Packers, but the Lions are a tough team. I don't think that they're a pushover. I really don't think that they're a pushover. I think that people are going to have to go in there and really work to beat them. That's probably the only way that that's going to happen because the Lions are just not going to roll over. They're a tough team this year, man. They're very impressive. I thought when they gave Matthew Stafford that money, he was just going to be regular. He hasn't been. He's been really, really good, man. 49ers and the Colts. Brissett, that dude got some major arm strength, and he has the possibility to be a starter someplace else after Andrew Luck comes back for the Colts because he's not a bum. I thought he was a bum. Obviously, the Patriots got rid of him earlier in the season. They didn't need, I think they're going to believe in Jimmy G and go with Jimmy G after Tom Brady. But Brissett is not bad. He's not a bad quarterback. I think that, as far as Frank Gore goes, he wanted to do a little bit too much to his old team, and that kind of affected the way he played. But all in all, they got the win. 49ers, they fought, man. They fought hard. They're 0-5. It's a complete rebuilding process. They got a lot of injuries, things like that going on, and you got Hoyer at quarterback, who actually looked pretty good. So I'm not gonna knock him because he did look pretty good out there on the field. He wasn't like Matt Castle with the Titans, but we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, he looked pretty good, and he made some good throws. So yeah, they could probably be doing better with somebody else, but Hoyer looked pretty good. The Colts, I don't know. By the time they're done and Brissett gets a complete grasp on this offense, I don't know if they're going to really need Andrew Luck because he's very, very injury prone. They probably should just wait it out, make sure he's completely healthy, 100%, and just keep it the way it's going because I think they still have the possibility to compete in their division. The Titans and the Dolphins. The Titans are horrible. Mariota being hurt, that's going to... Look, Matt Castle definitely got a concussion after the hit that I saw him take. Who was the dude that hit him? Kiko Alonso just blasted him from the side. He's terrible. Matt Castle is a horrible quarterback, and I got to give him a lot of credit because he's still able to finagle his way into getting paid in the NFL as a quarterback. That's pretty interesting to see that's happening. But the Titans, I don't know what happened to them from last year to this year. A lot of the things that made them great last year doesn't seem to be reflecting this year. With the addition, Mariota's going to be hurt every year, but like the O-line was a lot better last year, in my opinion, than what I was seeing with this game. Jay Cutler made some great plays. The Dolphins played well defensively, but all in all, I just don't really understand exactly what the whole thing is about signing Matt Castle, because Matt Castle is a terrible quarterback. I'm going to just be honest about it. There's no reason to like beat around the bush with it. The dude sucks. It's not something that we need to really discuss. But I don't see the Titans getting any wins while he's starting as a quarterback for that team. Just to be honest, be completely honest about it. If you're going to ask me, if you're a Tennessee Titans fan, what do I think about while do they have a shot while Mariota's out? The direct answer would be no. So let's move on from that. And the Dolphins are looking a lot better than people expected. Got to add that in there too. The Bills and the Bengals. Now, this game right here, the Bengals had to win, and A.J. Green was a big part for both teams because he got a lot of deflections off of passes that was directed to him that made Andy Dalton look a lot worse than he actually was. Andy Dalton is not like the best QB, but he did put the ball where it's supposed to be, and A.J. Green was just, I don't know what he was doing. The ball was just bouncing right off his hands. I thought he was Des Bryant in previous games. It was really disgusting. But ultimately, they were able to pull it out in the end, and that's what matters. And, we have to go from there. But the Bills look very, very impressive. And the AFC East the Patriots are not looking as good as everybody thought they would. So we have to, really, really watch what's going on with that. But the Bengals, they started off 0-3. They're looking good right now, 2-3. Let's see what happens with them. Can they still make the playoffs? It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? But, pigs can fly in other countries. I don't know, bro. The Bengals, we have to wait to see what happens because Marvin Lewis is still the head coach there. Chargers and the Giants. OBJ, as you know, he's injured. Sterling Shepard is injured. Brandon Marshall is injured. Everybody's injured. And it's so funny because that's usually how the Chargers are. You know what I'm saying? And people don't really give them sympathy, so nobody's going to give the Giants sympathy. Nobody cares about that. People are always hurt, but that was really, really bad. And a lot of wide receivers were injured from different teams. But OBJ being carted off was really, really bad for the New York Giants in general because they're 0-5. And Bill McAdoo, he might be fired at the end of the season because all he did, honestly, since training camp is run his mouth. And he's shown that he's not the best guy for the New York Giants football team. The New York Giants defense is very, very terrible also. And coming into the season, you would think that they would have been a really good defense. But everybody is just doing whatever they want to do to it. So I understand offensively Eli Manning threw that pick to end the game. And the Giants did, I understand all that it works both ways. But they haven't lived up to expectations. The Giants absolutely have not lived up to expectations. And it's as simple as that, man. The Chargers, they could easily be 4-1. But they had to kick a younghoe who Shawa. I don't know what he was doing, but he's kicking the ball. I don't know what was happening, bro. But it doesn't really matter at this point. What matters is that the Chargers got their first win. They're probably not going to make any noise in that AFC West division, I don't think, with the way that their schedule is looking. The Giants, they're fighting for the number 1 draft pick right now. It would be amazing if they can't go 0-16. I'm not going to say that. It's no way. I'm not even going to bring that up because people will be like, yo, you crazy. It just looks really bad with the rest of their schedule right now, the way it's going. But we'll see what happens with it. But they're playing terrible. And without OBJ, I don't have much faith in them. The Jaguars and the Steelers. Now, I want to know one thing. Are the odd makers going to make the Jaguars the Super Bowl favorite? Because I could have sworn that they had the Steelers over the Patriots as a Super Bowl favorite last week. So I just want to know, because Big Ben threw 5 interceptions. First time in his career that he's ever done it. It was very disgusting. I was appalled watching the game. But the biggest story is, Leonard Fournette. Now, this guy, people were saying, oh, we don't know. He's looking kind of heavy. He's slow coming out of the draft. Bruh, he burnt the whole Pittsburgh Steelers defense. 90 yards, man. I don't know exactly what the Steelers are doing. I have no idea what's happening with the team overall. But I will tell you this. It's no way that they're Super Bowl favorites anymore. That would be... It's either one of two things. Either the Jaguars are for real or these other teams that they're beating on just sucks. Like the Ravens, they beat on the Ravens in London. They just beat on the Steelers. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, man. They're beating all the good teams, but then they lose to the Jets. I don't know what's happening. This just, it's weird to me the way the NFL works week to week, and it's concerning, bro, because the Steelers have a lot of things to work on if they can't beat the Jags. And I know the Jags are constructed very, very well defensively, and you got Blake Bortles at quarterback, which is a reason why a lot of people will bet against the Jags. But if you can start give him a running game and let him throw the ball less, that's going to be a problem because their defense is pretty good. The Jaguars, I watched the entire, they're pretty good. That defense is pretty good. So we have to wait to see how it works out, but it doesn't look good for a lot of these other teams that just think that the Jaguars are the same Jaguars of old. And now they got a running game, so just be very, very careful about that. The Cardinals and the Eagles. We all know the Cardinals suck. The Cardinals defense is supposed to be a decent defense. Not impressive at all. And Carson Palmer is a horrible quarterback. He definitely is one of the worst. So, moving forward with the Cardinals, like I told you guys, I've been telling you guys this for a while now, that until they get rid of Carson Palmer, he wasted Larry Fitzgerald's years as an Arizona Cardinal, Carson Palmer, because he's made decisions that are obviously the wrong ones so many times. And for some reason, Bruce Arians is about to lose his job because of his faith in Carson Palmer. That's how bad Carson Palmer is. Carson Palmer is a very, very terrible quarterback. I just want to make sure that I'm emphasizing it enough so that you guys understand it. He's throwing the ball directly to defenders, and his offense, they have to break the play up. If they don't break the play up, it turns out to be more of a nightmare than it has to be. And this is what my issue is with Carson Palmer. He still does the same things he was doing back when he was with the Bengals. You can't make those same decisions. That's all I'm saying. It's not like oh yeah, bro, I just want to talk bad about this guy. He's giving everybody a reason to talk bad about him. You know what I'm saying? You're in the National Football League. You can't keep throwing the ball to the other team. The Eagles look really, really good. Defensively, offensively, Carson Wentz, I'm pretty sure you guys saw what Aguilar did. He did a break dance, broke somebody's ankles all over the field. That team they're riding high. The Eagles are the best team in the NFC. What are they? The NFC East. So we don't need to talk about the Giants, the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? The Redskins, maybe. Redskins is number 2 to me though in that division. But the Eagles by far looks really, really good. Carson Wentz looks good. I think he threw that one pick, but overall that was just something he was just trying to force it in there. The dude is ready to play. This dude right here, Carson Wentz, I could see him being a franchise QB. It's real now. It's real. The Eagles look really, really good. Philadelphia should be very, very happy about what they got right now. Seahawks and the Rams. They outplayed. Yo, listen, the Seahawks outplayed the Rams. The Rams could have won this game, but a lot of mistakes late. That dude Kupp dropped that touchdown in the slot, in the seam, right before the last play of the game. That could have won it. This game was really, really good and hard fought. And a lot of people give Jeff Fisher a lot of credit for always being able to beat the Seahawks. But, they came out and they played well, man. They played well. This is a division rival. They play each other a lot. They know what each other has to offer. Overall, a very, very good game. Like I said, could have went either way, but the Rams just didn't make plays. And it's not all on Goff. You know what I'm saying? It's not all on him. You know what I'm saying? He threw a pick. Listen, I understand all that, but it's not all on him. He's playing a lot better. But give that Seahawk defense a lot of credit. They came out ready to play. The Ravens and the Raiders. The Raiders have E.J. Manuel at quarterback. What do you want from them? You want blood? Like, they're not going to win anything without Derek Carr there. We saw that last year when he went to the playoffs. Like, you're not winning anything without Derek Carr, which is why they paid him that much money. The one thing about the Ravens, I'll tell you, their defense is playing well, and Joe Flacco could still wing it like 40, 50, 60 yards on a whim, bro. And Mike Wallace is still fast. Those are the pointers I want you guys to take away from that Ravens game. Raiders, like I said, man, E.J. Manuel, there's a reason why he was released from the Bills. Packers and the Cowboys. This was an unbelievable game. And again, Aaron Rodgers has shown why he is Aaron Rodgers. He's shown why people have to respect the belt. The Cowboys wanted to win this game so bad. They wanted to win this game so bad, man. And the Packers were just not having it. And at the end of the day, bro, you got to give it up to the Packers. Because I don't know how they're 4-1 because defensively they suck. But offensively, if you take Aaron Rodgers off the Packers, Aaron Rodgers should be the MVP of the league. And people are looking for like an MVP person right now, early in the season, it should be Aaron Rodgers. Because if you look at what the Packers defense, they started off good, but they don't really play anybody. And when you really think about it, they give up a lot of points. So Aaron Rodgers to come back and fight all the time to win games, it's regular business for him. And he did this with, 20 points in the fourth. Come on, guys. Like, you can hate on Rodgers all you want, dog, but you got to give him the credit. As far as the Cowboys go, Dak Prescott is looking a lot more ordinary. And a lot of people thought that this would happen, for the second year QB, that whole little thing that goes on where they had that little decline or whatever. But it's starting to show that he is a guy that if Zeke isn't running and getting 5 yards and more a carry for first down, he's not the same QB. He's not in that realm of Drew Brees and the Tom Brady's and the Aaron Rodgers. He's just not there yet. And people were putting him on that pedestal, and now people can see why certain people ranked him lower as a quarterback. So we have to wait to see what happens with the Cowboys. But, yeah, it's not looking too good. Now, the game of the night, man, the Chiefs and the Texans. The Chiefs are for real. I don't know why people haven't put them as Super Bowl favorites, but they're for real. J.J. Watt was hurt, right? J.J. Watt was, I guess he carted off, and then he had to go in an ambulance. He has all kinds of fractures. He's done. Probably going to be done for the season. Merciless is out for the season. Texans defense took a huge hit, and it's so unfortunate because they finally have an offense and a great player in Deshaun Watson, and their defense is struggling. It's not, what I'm saying, like, to put all of it on Jadeveon Clowney and a couple other guys is going to be really, really tough. They got rid of certain people in their secondary. They're not the same defense, and now you got these injuries, and losing J.J. Watt is a huge hit. I don't know. Deshaun Watson is special. He's going to do everything that he can to get to get the wins that he could. He tried, he fought, he did everything he could. 21 points in the fourth. It wasn't enough to beat the Chiefs, man. It just wasn't enough. And the Chiefs look like they're resilient. Alex Smith knows that Mahomes is just sitting there waiting to take his job, and he's playing possessed. And he's another guy. And it's weird to me, but he should be up there as one of the MVP candidates of the NFL also. I got to be honest, this man is playing out of his mind. He's not checked down Alex Smith no more. This dude is throwing it up and down the field. He's a savage. He's like, look, this young kid is not taking my job this year. Maybe next year, but not this year. The Chiefs are playing unbelievable. And obviously we know it's going to come together when they're going to have to lose and stuff like that. They may take a loss. But I like this team as a Super Bowl favorite, honestly. I like them as a Super Bowl favorite. And I don't think that when healthy and their team is complete, which everything should be able to come together before the end of the season, nobody's going to be 100% healthy because obviously it's a very strenuous NFL season. But if they have those players on the field, I don't see a team that can really beat them. I just don't see it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this NFL Red Alert for Week 5, 2017. Make sure you sub. Make sure you share. Please subscribe. See you guys and girls next time. One love.